I saw that LTI was used and recommended by local governments, state governments, even the federal government. So that was a really key factor for me, knowing that it was beneficial within our particular setting. Also, the ACTFL certification was big. I'm familiar with that organization, and so I know that they are reliable. I know that their requirements and their processes are really good and best practices and all of that. So that was really my main concern, is knowing that it was beneficial to other people in our similar position, knowing that it was recognized and supported by organizations like ACTFL. And honestly, the cost was a big factor for us. We don't have a big budget at this point for this particular program. So knowing that we could pay just by the number of tests that were taken, there wasn't a contract fee or anything like that. Those were the main factors that really drew us specifically to LTI for these needs. All of our testers have been doing it in our HR Learning Center. So they'll come in. Most of the time, it's just one or two people. I think one day we had 5 people that tested at the same time, but they set up their laptops. They have a headset with a microphone. They put in their password and they test. So it's been very easy, very straightforward. We've had test takers maybe from 6 departments. I know we've had police departments, so everywhere from just our regular patrol officers through detectives that have tested. We've had individuals from Parks and Recreation. We have someone from our facilities department. A couple folks from our fire EMS department. So just a wide variety of individuals that are using their language in a lot of different ways. One of the most exciting parts for me about this program, the help that's provided in language is huge. And I think especially a lot of the employees we've tested are in public safety departments, sheriff's office, fire, police. So I think receiving that help in a way they understand is huge, especially when it's in an urgent or life and death kind of situation. We had a 911 dispatcher that was able to give instructions for CPR when the language line wasn't available, which is massive. So I think that's so important for our residents and our community. But I think for me, what's been even more impactful is the trust that's starting to develop. A lot of our residents that are coming from other countries, those maybe that are refugees or come from countries with maybe not so reliable public safety departments, they're understanding that our officers or our firefighters or our 911 dispatchers are really here to help. And that's so much more impactful when they're able to do that in the language that these people understand. Again, you can get that communication through a language line or through an interpretation service. But I think having bilingual employees that physically are answering a call in their police car, or they're physically driving the ambulance to the hospital, and they're able to speak in that language and really connect with those residents, I think that has been the most impactful piece of this, is just developing that trust, making those connections between local government that sometimes isn't trustworthy in the place that you're coming from. And showing that, in fact, we are trustworthy. We do care about you. We are taking steps to make sure that we're connecting and communicating in the way that's most impactful and beneficial for these families, for these residents that are here in our city.